Ride one time for your mind. Ride one time for your mind. Ride one time for your mind.
I am here. We are here. It's your boy, the coach. Welcome, faithful. We are T-minus 2 weeks away from the regular season starting against the New York Giants on Monday night. And we are also one more player away from feeling confident that we will have our full team moving forward. Sean, welcome to the chat. Sean, you know you're my guy. I love you, bro. We got our regular call-in show, and let's not bury the lead. Let's just get straight to it. The San Francisco 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk have agreed to a 4-year, $120 million contract extension, which includes a $76 million guaranteed signing bonus. The contract is structured to be front-loaded, meaning that Aiyuk will receive a significant portion of his money in the first 2 years of the deal. And I want to hear exactly how the fans feel. It's time for us. You know, I do the call-in shows every weekend because I want to hear from you. I feel like you guys have done an amazing job bouncing around the interwebs, hopping on every channel you can, to figure out, just what's fresh perspective. You know, we've been waiting on this all season long, and I mean, all off season rather, and it finally hit. So I understand that you guys have heard what I had to say about it. You're still going to hear what I have to think about it during this show, but I'd like to call this the closure show. Let's go ahead, and this show is about closure, right? Because it's time for us to just move on. And in the closure show about Brandon Aiyuk's signing with the San Francisco 49ers, we can talk about missed opportunities. We can talk about capitulating, leverage, should have been done earlier, should it have been done later? How does the money fall on the cap year by year? Exactly where this money hits or for our team. Was it worth it? What are the implications now that Brandon Aiyuk has signed that deal? Meaning, moving forward in the future, is there a way to keep our core? Is there a way to sign these guys? What does this do for the Trent deal, if anything? Does this mean anything for Trent? Right? In what way does this deal affect the Trent Williams negotiations with the 49ers, if at all? There's just a lot to parse out, and I want to do it during this show because, quite frankly, I'm tired of talking about this shit. I'm so tired of this. I am so over this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has been a saga that I, quite frankly, did not see coming. I mean, in some ways, this was bigger than Treygate. As far as just the roller coaster that it took, at least we got rid of Trey. It's been a whirlwind. Are there any relationships that are irreparable? Right? Has there been some things that have just been that can't be undone? Right? You know how you get in an argument with somebody, you got a friend, and words get to flying. You may say something, he may say something, and in the barrage of going back and forth, somebody may say a couple of things where you're like, oh, you was holding on to that. You meant that. You know what I'm saying? You was harboring that. You know? So This is the show to get all of that out, right? For us to move on. We need a cleansing period to get over all of this Brandon Aiyuk situation, this whole and the Trent Williams situation. The link is in the description, guys, for you guys to call in. I want to hear from you guys. Definitely don't want to sit up here and monologue all day. But we're 9 days out, man. That's right, Manhattan. We're 9 days out. Skylar Cross says money repairs it. Does it really? Does it? If the Niners offer this deal to Brandon Aiyuk in April, he signs that deal. Do you think if the Niners offered 4 years, 120, 30 up front with 74 million guaranteed, do you think Brandon would have signed that deal in April? Of course he would have signed this deal in April. So the Niners did a lot of bending. It's reported that the first initial offer was around 24. Some reports have said that the first offers were $26 million a year. And either way, that's a far way off from 30. And then the narrative that you want to say is that, BA, if you go back and look at the timeline, Brandon, he saw the Amon-Ra St. Brown deal when there was another deal on the table. He kicked that deal to the side and said, no, I want that deal now. And then the Niners, for good measure, say, no, Brandon, hold my beer. We're not going to only meet the Amon-Ra St. Brown deal. We're going to supersede it. This deal is better than an Amon-Ra St. Brown deal. More guaranteed money. And they want us to believe that BA sat on that for 19 days, 17 days, from the 12th to the 20th, from the 12th to the 30th, I mean. Stop the cap, man. Stop. I got to get a stop the cap sound effect, man. I really do. That's a trash take, bro. I tell you what we can do. We can flush it, though. Flush that, man. We're not doing that. What were the Niners holding on to? I wonder how many times they did offer BA before he finally said, enough is enough. Okay, get up. Look at yourself. Get off the ground. Get yourself together. Pull yourself together. The fans are watching you. I'll tell you another thing that this signifies is that the Niners' modus operandi of how they go about signing players is archaic. It is stagnant, old, bereft of thought, tone deaf, might I add. Where's the syntax between what we're doing in the building versus what's going on in the rest of the league and what decisions need to be made to help us out in those decisions at the right time? You know, it's crazy. But hey, I'm going to bring my boy up in here, Gaming. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing amazing. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, brother. What you got for me, man? How have you been?
I've been really, really good. I've loved seeing your channel just explode and just grow. Mm-hmm. And I try to keep up my background with your background because your background is and I love it.
Come on, man. I'm trying. I'm barely getting by, brother. Thank you so much, man. What you got, man?
Trying and succeeding. Well, I do have a question for you. People have been asking in chat, do you think that Pooney has the ability to play tackle? I've got a couple offensive lineman questions for you, but I know a lot of the 49ers fans are concerned about where we're at on the tackle positions. Do you think that Pooney has the ability to play in the tackle, though we've only really seen him playing in guard right now?
No, No, I don't think he's a tackle. I think he's got the frame for it. He's tall, if that's what you're asking. He's got a big frame. He's a bigger guard, a taller man. But I don't see the feet there. I think what makes him a plus athlete at the guard position is because he is explosive. He can really get out on top of shades and three techniques and actually beat him at the point of attack because he does move well in a short area. I just don't think that I think that he lacks the consistency that it would take to be a tackle, where you got to really trust in your length. You got to trust in your feet. It's kind of like it's more of a no man's land as far as tackles are concerned. Like, offensive line is a group effort. Don't get it twisted. They all work in tandem together. But there's something about those tackles, man, where your job is you and you alone, and you're not going to get any help, and you got to be able to kill what you eat. And I don't think that would be fair to put him in that type of position at this stage of his career. Maybe down the road, maybe if they see something in practice, they throw a couple of wrinkles at him and he shows some consistency in like a controlled exhibition environment, maybe. But I don't even think it would be good for his cachet as a professional player to put him at tackle in the NFL. He just wouldn't look right.
Absolutely. And so when I'm looking at next year, I know that this season is about to start, but next season, we're looking at losing, 75% of our secondary is going to be free agents, right? We're talking about like Huff, Demo, Ward, that sort of thing. But also, too, not a lot of people are talking about Aaron Banks, the guard that we lost. Mm-hmm. How much stock did you have in Jarrett that we lost to the Panthers? How much did that really affect us, hurt us? Is that more of kind of like, we're kind of like the Hawks in the Mighty Ducks, to where even though we lost that Banks, it wasn't a big deal? Or do you kind of seeing that as kind of a...
you said we lost. We didn't lose Aaron Banks. What do you mean?
No, Jarrett Kingston.
Okay.
The guard who went to the Panthers.
To the Panthers, right?
Right. Did you see him as a possible fill-in, or somebody who could have came in cheaper to fill in for somebody like Aaron Banks? Or because we do have a lot of players that are coming down the pipeline that we do have to resign. How bad or how detrimental was that, losing somebody like Jarrett Kingston, in your opinion? Or was that not a big deal when we're talking about next year and the years ahead?
All right, that's a great question. Number one is that styles make fights. I know they obviously saw something in the kid. And for me, I didn't even really want to assess him earlier into camp because he was playing out of position, in my opinion. He was playing tackle, and he's a guard. He was doing that for us, almost kind of like doing us a solid to be able to get through camp. But once he got reps at guard, he really started taking off, especially in the preseason games. I think that the Niners felt as though that they played him so sporadically at guard and necessarily not that much at tackle. And the reports on him, they thought that they could kind of like sneak him away, put him out into waivers, get him back on the practice squad, and be able to sit back and chill with a legit guard that's a year away. He's a year away, right? So that's the only thing about Garrett is that he shows, let me put it like this. Garrett Kingston is going to be better than Aaron Banks by next year. He just needs an off season, right?
So he will be better than Aaron Banks.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that seasoning like chicken, basically.
Yeah. Like Garrett Kingston needs a year. He needs a year. The same year that Aaron Banks had to go get his big boy body, to get his man muscles and understand the angles of the league, the strength and the pace of the league. I feel like Garrett Kingston can do that, but his skill set will give us more than what Aaron Banks gave us initially when he first came out. It is kind of a big move that they let him go, but really they got bigger fish to fry. I think honestly, that's another element to Trent's contract is that they've had to let go of people to make room for Trent because he's not there yet. So had Trent already been there, they wouldn't be pressed to keep Aiyuk and other tackles or different tackles that they have, because they would also be able to kind of double down on like a swing guy, somebody that can play inside and outside like Garrett Kingston. Now, he wasn't horrible at tackle, but that's what you pay for. You pay for a guy that is lower level. He's a developmental guy, but he can also play a different position in a pinch, right? So that's kind of what we lost to Garrett Kingston. And it's sad to see him go. As you can see, he got picked up immediately, right away. He got picked up by the Panthers. So one of the first teams in the waiver wire got him immediately. So it's unfortunate.
Absolutely. And I'm going to give you 2 questions before I go off, and I'm going to let you pick which one of these 2 questions that you would prefer to answer. Question number 1 is going to be for week 1, because I don't think we're going to have Trent Williams there. Okay. I'm assuming we're going to have him by week 2, but I don't think we're going to have him by week 1 against the Jets.
Okay.
What's going to take more of a back step from not having Trent Williams there? Is it going to be our passing offense or our rushing offense? That'd be one question that you can answer. My second question is, I don't know why, but I feel like our center is slightly on the hot seat. And I feel like as soon as John Feliciano can start working himself back in there, it really could be a matter of time before he gets replaced. Do you see, or am I totally off base on that? Do you see him getting replaced? Who would you like him to be replaced by? Because I do think that's one of the most critical lines on the offensive line is the center ever since we lost Alex Mack. Coach, thank you for your time.
Okay, well, one thing that I'll say just about answering both of these questions, and I got you coming up next, Hunter, is the first question was what will be affected more, the offense or the run game or the pass game if Trent Williams does not show up week 1. And I'll kind of give you a different answer. The biggest thing that is going to be affected is the defense. This offense takes a lot to get started early. They do. We all see it. Usually if the script is going right, Kyle has a good 10-play script going. We go right down like a hot knife through butter, score the first couple of times, or maybe we'll put up 3, kind of be disappointed that we didn't score on the second drive. Instead of being up 14, we're maybe up 10. Then we hang around. Kyle tries to get cute with passing the ball. We go 3 and out a couple of times. But what really saves us in the day is that our defense keeps churning those 3 and outs. Right? They give us that time to be able to kind of get our skis up under us and get Kyle to feel good about the game so he knows what he can call and what he can't call. It takes him about a good quarter to do this. And if you really are a Niners fan, especially a fan of this regime, you've been around for this 8 years, then that's pretty much how our games go. If we score early, the game's pretty much over. We are a front-running team. That's what we do. But if that script ain't scripting, for those first 10 plays, it's going to be a defensive day, baby. We're going to be relying on that defense to give us that ball back. And what I'm saying is that without Trent, there's going to be a lot of 3 and outs early. And I don't know if we have a defense that's going to be able to volley that ball back over to us like we do early on, because we do play complementary football. The same way that the defense gives us credence for giving us the ball back for our slow starts, what do? We pay them on the back end by scoring and taking the run game out against the opposing offense so the defense can run, fly with their ears pinned back, and they get off the field quick. So it's an equal transference of love. All I'm saying is that that's the Niner way. There's key components to make sure that happens, and not having Trent Williams is the biggest threat to that flow that we have as an organization, as a football team. I see that. If Trent's not here, the offense starts slow. That means that defense got to be lights out the gate. I don't know if we have that type of defense anymore. So we shall see. We shall see. I want to get to a couple of super chats and then I'm going to bring up Hunter. Cryptic 999, thank you. Why do you think Trent is so important to us? The last few Super Bowl winners have not had a player as good as Trent, but for some reason, we need one player, not 22 offense and defense in sync to win, number 6. Well, it's the soup we swim in, Cryptic. We need Trent because we're a sum of all parts. Like we are a recipe. Right? It's recipe versus diet. We said this many times before. I know there's some people in the chat like, oh my God, here he goes. But it's recipe versus diet. All right. When you know how to cook, you don't need to go into the grocery store and get specifics. When you know how to cook, You take your ass in the grocery store, you get you some greens, okay? You go get you some protein, pick up some chicken, some fish, whatever you need. Go in there, get a couple of things that you need that you're always going to use. Get you a little bit of oil, get you some butter, maybe get you some eggs, bread. And then when you get home, you make whatever meal you want because you know how to cook. Shut up, Rob. Because you know how to cook. All right? You understand the technique of cooking a meal for yourself, and no matter no matter what type of day it is, or what time of the day, or what occasion, you can put out a meal. But if all you know how to make is lasagna, that's all you know how to make, dog. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be having lasagna omelets, fried lasagna. We about to be having fricasseed lasagna. We may have a little bit of noodle soup, lasagna soup. Ultimately, it's going to be lasagna. That's it. That's it. So when Trent goes down, you're missing an ingredient. You can't make lasagna without noodles, man. The shit is just sauce then with cheese and ricotta in it. You can't make lasagna without the ricotta. You know what I'm saying? You can't make the lasagna without the basil. You can pull it off. It ain't gonna be the same. So we got ingredients, man. We don't got a full pantry. So that's why Trent matters as much as we do, because without Trent, our offensive line makes up less than 2% of their combined salaries, makes up for less than 2% of the entire salary cap. That's why we need Trent. We're leveraged. We are leveraged. You know what I'm saying? So he knows that. That's why, hence the holdout. That's why where we are right now. That's why we're here. Is because Trent started looking and says, "Oh shit, they don't cook in this motherfucker. All they do is make lasagna. And motherfucker, I'm the noodles." I know they talk about how great the sauce is. That's awesome. And you know what? You can't beat that Parmesan. It's aged. But I am the motherfucking pasta sheets. I'm the noodles. You can't make this shit without me. And your ass was at the grocery store and you walked right past the aisle where you could have got some more. I'm going full circle with this. Let me cook. No pun intended. They could have got this done. You know what I'm saying? Not considering the fact, hey, God, I'm right with you. I'm right with you. Not considering the fact that right after this, we got a quarterback to protect. Cryptic, I'm not going to make this about you, Cryptic. You just kind of opened up the conversation, though. But we got a quarterback to protect, man. Jalen Moore. Let me say that. Jalen Moore is going to get Brock. Come on, man. Hang up the season, man. You break out the huddle with Jalen Moore. Hey, you might as well. He's dead to rights. Brock is DOA. So you need Trent. We cannot. That is a not. That's what you call a non-starter. As far as like, can the Niners win a Super Bowl? That is a non-starter. Not having Trent. Chris Patterson, $5. Thank you. Brandon played himself, alienated everybody, and they have his rights for 5 years. He absolutely is getting traded to the Patriots or Titans in year 2. You think that the Niners would trade him after they pay him all that front-loaded money? In 2024 up to 2025, Brandon's due to make $45 million in guaranteed money. You think that they're going to trade him after they pay that tab? I don't know, Chris. Manhattan John, $9. Thanks, bro. Gammon is right, but what is concerning me most is that we know Feliciano can just come back and take multiple spots on our line. That's true. He is a jack of all trades. He is, but a master at none. And for what it's worth, for how we prioritize the offensive line, he's adequate. He's adequate. I'm not going to shit on him. He's adequate. You know what I'm saying? You ready for me, Hunter? What's up, bro? Oh, you muted, dog. You muted. Unmute yourself.
Hey, how you doing, Coach?
I'm good, Brody. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, I'm in the car today, man. I hate I'm not in my normal setup, but we're gonna make it work. So, man, I got 3 things I want to run by you about this whole Aiyuk thing before we put it to bed. So, my first question is this: I know a lot of people got concerns about the amount of money we paying Brandon and if we are going to be able to keep our core together, but Brandon is the youngest of our core, and I'm assuming our core is Brock. Well, outside of Brock, Brandon is the youngest in our core. I'm assuming our core is Brock, Trent, Debo, Christian, and George. So George is 30, Debo 28, Christian 28. So Aiyuk would be here longer than any of them if we just going off of age and his contract, right? So wouldn't the conversation be more about what's going to happen to the rest of the core? Because these guys are getting older and they've played a lot of football. Debo not a young 28, Christian not a young 28, George not a young 28. Those playoff games stack up. George been to 2 Super Bowls, Debo been to 2 Super Bowls. So in my opinion, it looks like honestly like we need to look more so, okay, how are we going to build around Brock, Brandon? I'm looking at a guy like Jordan Mason. Like, maybe that's going to be the start of a new, core for us. And looking at the draft to replace a Debo, to replace George Kittle. Trent, I don't know if we ever be able to, replace him. But that's more so the way I'm looking is that the team already know at some point we got to hit a reset button. Let's try one more year to see if we can get a Super Bowl out of this. I think if we don't win the Super Bowl this year in the offseason, we're going to start looking to build a younger core. I could be wrong on that, but what do you think, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, they're always got to be trying to diversify, man, right? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. So they are trying to figure out who's going to rise to the top. That's why I do like this deal. It signifies that some of these other guys will not be here, but at the same time, some of these guys don't deserve to be here. They're getting older. They're not going to be what we think they are all the time. So it would stand to reason that there's going to be a transition period, right, Hunter? Like there's going to be a period where we're going to have to move on from the CMCs and the Trent Williams and the George Kittles, right? And then eventually the Debo Samuels. And I feel as though that right now we're looking at these guys wanting the best of the deals that they have at all times. And that's true. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put it like this. An athlete's deals, right? His career, where his deals, I feel like it's a roller coaster, like it's a bell curve, right? It goes up and then it goes down, right? Sometimes we have a tendency to look at a player's career where it's just gradually always ascending, but there's gonna come an aging deal with Debo where it's gonna be like, look, bro, you're 30. You know what I mean? Do you want to win or do you want to start looking at where you stand in the cap? Now, look, what you got, which was a great deal back in 2020, where we gave you $24 million per, your big year was 28. All right. Now where you sit versus your age, your productivity, and the equity of the team. It's like, so what do you want to do? Do you want to go out here and go get an extra $4 or $5 million where you can go ahead and give us a hometown discount, get paid what you usually get paid, which was great money at the time, but you also kind of understand where you are right now in the map as you're an older player who wants to stay with the team and you want to be able to usher in the new core. And that's where the rats start flying off the ship with all of this football shit, right? This is where the rats start flying off the ship. Is we could talk about this all for one for all. We all got to do it together. The culture is this, but you got to be a different type of player to be a Joe Staley and know that eventually Mike McGlinchey is supposed to take my job. Right? And not put up a fuss about it, still come to work and be a professional, because people forget about that. Mike was so bad that we forgot that Mike McGlinchey really was supposed to be the left tackle replacement. It's funny now, but do you not remember that? Mike McGlinchey was supposed to be able to swing over eventually to the left side and help and take over Joe Staley's spot. But we realized like that shit ain't happening. But the point is that Joe was professional enough to let it happen. I think that's a question that you're asking right now that I don't have the answer for. I don't know if there's going to be is CMC going to say after this year or next year, look at Jordan Mason and say, you know what, you're the guy. It's time for you to start getting the carries. I'm a bow out. You know what I'm saying? Is there going to be a time where, there's no quarterback to do it for Brock, but maybe the guy that has to usher in the new era with Brock is Kyle. Maybe Kyle has to look at Brock and say, all right, kid, you're 27, you're 28, you're in your prime. You're as good as you're ever going to be. It's time for me to get out the way. I can't run this team anymore. This team I feel like they're very much married to their process. What do you say?
Yeah, they are. And that's always been one of my biggest concerns about Cal as a coach is that to use the chef analogy that you used earlier, he has a specific set of ingredients that he needs. And if one of those ingredients is missing, the dish is not going to taste right.
It's over.
And sometimes you have to be able to improvise, right? Mm-hmm. So you know what? I can't make lasagna today, but I can make some spaghetti.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, you have to be able to improvise, right? And that's one of my biggest things about Kyle is that, honestly, man, okay, Debo, I can understand why at that time we re-signed Debo because we were all in for a Super Bowl. But now, I say if we don't win the Super Bowl this year, it's kind of pushing like, man, do we really need Debo, CMC, and Jordan Mason? Because Debo is not a traditional wide receiver. Like, I think when it comes to the wide receiver, taking his running back credentials out of the picture, it'll be pretty easy to replace Debo and a lot cheaper to replace Debo. But I think Kyle, he has a certain way that he likes to use Debo, and he doesn't want to let go of that. And that's what's making the salary cap thing a little bit more funnier than it should be. Because what Brandon's deal is not crazy, in my opinion. Like next year, $30 million for a guy that could possibly be a top 5 wide receiver if featured won't look crazy at all. And now I feel like that the team is giving him that money. Kyle should be not forced upon him, but Jed should be like, look, Kyle, we paying this guy this money. We need to feature him more because we paying him the money. We gonna need the production to justify this, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the other question I wanted to ask you was, so do you think that this whole Brandon Aiyuk saga has exposed the national media for really not being insiders the way that they say they are? because it seems like nobody really knew what was going on with Brandon or his deal. Meanwhile, me myself, I always felt like we seen the trends that's happened with the 49ers with Bosa, with Debo, and how they negotiate contracts. I never understood why everybody was so up in arms about Brandon. I did not expect that deal to be done in April or May or anywhere like that. You can just look at this organization's track record and say, no, they don't do business like that, right?
Mhm.
Um, so even with Adam Schefter dropping that tweet saying that Aiyuk signed the deal,
Mhm.
it's kind of like, yeah, obviously somebody from the organization gave you that, gave you that information, but it's not like you knew on August the 12th that Brandon Aiyuk had a $30 million contract sitting on the table, supposedly, or else you would have been reporting that at that time. Oh, Brandon got a $30 million deal with 46 million guarantees sitting on the table, and he's refusing to sign it. So, me personally, I like watching guys like you, Grant, Larry, et cetera, because I feel like y'all give a more true insider's view, even though y'all aren't quote unquote in insiders.
Mhm.
That was one of my big frustrations with just the national media coverage of this. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you think these guys got exposed and they really not the level of insiders they claim to be?
Yeah, I mean, I feel as though that number one, every media is used like tools. I don't think that it's traditionalized in the sense of uh, Adam Schefter is Adam Schefter is banging down the door of the Niners and sneaking around trying to get the best opportunities to get information that he doesn't need. I think that Adam Schefter is linked into a mouthpiece that is connected to the team that lets Adam Schefter know that lets Adam Schefter know what the team needs to be saying at the moment. It's no coincidence that Adam Schefter came out and put out the report about the deal being out there since the 12th or the 10th of August, and that this wasn't a new deal, immediately trying to save face. It's no sense. It's no coincidence that when things about the Niners come out through the organization, they come out to national media. And when things come out about the team through a journalistic arm, we feel as though that more of those things are coming out by Kyle, right? It's just how guys are connected through the media. What I do know is that it felt like the media got exposed because there were a lot of people claiming to know a lot of things. And what's dangerous about stuff like that is that there's no scoreboard about this, right? There's people that can be 100% wrong about this the entire way through, but all they need to do is simply have the balls and the gumption to say that they were not wrong, right? They weren't wrong. It wasn't on me. I knew this all along, and it's hard where you get so much shit that's thrown against the wall. People just go with what sticks, But PDX,
What's going
how you
on?
doing, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Talk to me, brother.
Well, you know, uh, I'm not upset with the VA deal, as you know that I was more on the not pay and let's trade him early, but that ship sailed a long time ago.
Right.
Really, I don't know. People are talking about who caved to who, and definitely the 49ers caved to Brandon Aiyuk, but it's never a bad idea to give somebody a fair contract, right? Like, I know he got paid more than Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he's better than Amon-Ra St. Brown. So, like, from that aspect, I'm not upset with the deal or anything like that. Really, in my opinion, the way the 49ers played themselves is just like not giving it to him earlier.
Not giving it to them at the right time. We do got to give them a little bit of grace because it's hindsight, right? So we can look at the final result and say, well, where the hell was that deal in April, right? Where was that deal in February? Well, we already have reports that deal was nowhere to be had in February or April. I think what really bit the Niners in the ass is basically exposing their dirty laundry. They should not. They should have kept this in-house. asking around about Justin Jefferson kicking the tires on Brandon Aiyuk through trades, throwing stones at hide in your hands. No, we're not shopping them. We can't stop We can't stop teams from asking us, inquiring about Brandon. How's that showing that we're ready to move him? Really, what got all of this going was the fact that they should have waited until they truly thought that they knew where the market was, and they should have offered him immediately. But offering him $24 million, you're not even being an honest broker. You letting me know you on bullshit from the gate. I'm sorry. Like 24, that's like me and you're trying to, like, you got a boat for sale, and I come in there and I'm like, PDX, how much is your boat? And it's a little dingy, and you're over here talking about, well, we're starting the floor at $50K. Have a good day, sir. Have a good day. You're not, like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It wasn't a serious offer from the get-go. It's like, you're not even really coming to the table with a $24 million offer. It's just like, right. Oh, well, fine. I guess I'll wait and see where it goes. That was total BS.
Hold on, Steve-O, you got to get up here, though, man. Like, hold on, we got to talk about Steve-O, because Steve-O, I love your engagement. I love your engagement, dog. You like to get it spicy in here. You like to get it spicy. But look, can you give me one legit reason? Because you type in here a lot, so get your fingers ready. I'm ready for this. Get them ready. I need one legitimate reason why you think the 49ers did not cave. Help me out, because you got all the answers. You've been in the chat buzzing. Buzz back. So we can keep talking about. I need you to. How didn't they cave? Honestly, Pete, how didn't they cave? You got one for me, PDX? How?
Not particularly. They didn't overpay. They didn't give him the Patriots deal. Is the best I can give you. Right. Like that's right. It though. They gave him a fair. They gave him a fair value, which is like it's less on, in my opinion, it's less like one cave to the other, more like, okay, we finally kind of met in the middle, or where they should have met, right? Like, it's not really meet in the middle, it's just kind of where it should have been the whole time.
He said it was a wash to me. Nobody won. I call it, but you still unproven. Fuck you. Look, you gotta come in. You gotta call in. This is an excuse, bro. This is an excuse. Like, bro, look, man, I wasn't molded by the chat. I was born in it. You cannot come to the chat of the number one guy that used to get it popping in the chat and think that you are going to come on my platform and not stand up for what you say. It wasn't a wash. That's bullshit. I don't want to see you in the chat anymore until you give me a yay or nay. Tell me how this was not a cave. Yes or no? Let me know, Steve. You can't say it was a wash. So let me know. You can't run. You can't come in the chat no more until you explain to me how this was, who caved.
Hugo merely adopted the chat.
I was born in it. I'm telling you, you can't do it. So let me ask you this, PDX. What are the implications of this? What's the fallout? Does this matter without Trent? Or is this just like all right, yeah, now that it finally happened, all right, we still don't have Trent. Like, none of this matters without Trent.
Obviously none of it matters without Trent. No team is just one player, right? Like, it all kind of plays, I guess, right? Like, you need Trent, you need Brandon. I mean, you need a team, you need star players, you need a quarterback, you need a defense if you're going to win. Like, no team wins without having a lot of talent. But the setup of our offensive line is so, it's just so skewed towards having one guy, i.e. Trent, that it's not good without him. So, the season's DOA until he's here. And that's just is what it is.
I feel the same. I feel the same exact way, bro. I feel 100%. Like, season's done if we don't have Trent in here, man. But hey, PDX, great calling in, bro. Call in next week, bro. Especially because we're gonna be able to talk about the game, bro. So
wait,
call
wait,
in.
Wait. I gotta turn your little food thing back on you. Does any home cooking win a Michelin star?
No. That's true. That's true. That's true. I like that. That's true. So I mean, but he has a process for what he likes. But it's just you can't. I mean, Uncle Kyle can't keep showing up with his greatest beans at the family cookout It's like, come on, Uncle Kyle, can you mix it up? I know your beans are awesome, and they wanted to stay fair. They came in. No, they don't even win it to stay fair. Your beans come in runner-up every year. Uncle Kyle, can you please just maybe you want to try barbecuing?
Add a little pepper to your beans, and they'll be a little bit better. You don't need to go the same recipe all the time.
It is what it is, man. Do you know what I'm saying? All right, I'll holler at you, bro. All right. Also, I like this comment from Dank Dank. Because this is true. This is true. And in a way, if I'm giving Steve-O a reprieve, right? Which I will. Steve-O, you've been a good sport. You know you my dog. But if I'm being fair, the reason why it really was, this is fair, is because the Niners are the ones who were acting like doing the right thing was way out of their possibilities. The truth of the matter is that 24 is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's an insulting number for what that kid has done for the team, for what he deserves to be paid, and for how you paid everybody else along the way. And then on top of it, you paid Christian, who was in the middle of his deal, who didn't need that money. He just wanted that money. All right. And then you offer him 24. The same way we can say that Brandon asking for 30 is essentially saying that he wants to be the leader of the offense and he's, Debo is not going to be here. All of that plays. But for the Niners to offer BA $24 million, that's in a way of them trying to groom him. Your 1,300 was enough, son. Good job. You got your 24. You're one of our good players, but you did enough to earn this. You should be happy with this. The Niners have to own that energy. They got to own that. It was giving very much entitled. That's the Niners side of it. It's the truth. If I owe you something and I tell you that if you do what you're supposed to do, you meet the criteria that I give you to do it, and then when it's time for me to get my reward or my comeuppance or what's deserved to me, not only do I not have that money for you, but I underpay you? Come on. Another thing, just to show you that this is not a I'm like sneak diss and CMC. Like, no, Christian got his money, but I don't blame Christian or Trent for what they did or what they're doing with Trent, rather. You know why? Look what they did to Eric Armstead. Dude, they didn't ask him for a haircut. That wasn't a pay cut. That was a beheading. $4 million? They asking that man to take a $10 million plus pay cut? Man, I'm holding out. I'm sorry. If I'm Trent and I'm seeing what they're doing to Eric, injuries notwithstanding, if you can look me straight in my face and cut off over 75% of my market value, I'm not coming to camp. What's good for the goose, man? It is what it is. So the Niners, you know how like you got people like who be lying. You know how people in your life who lie? They just be talking in your face. You just be smiling at them like you just be talking. You be just talking in my face. They'll say, "Oh, you hear me, Sean? Sean, Jesus, Sean." But you know, people just be talking in your face. The Niners just be talking in our face. Pay that man $24 million and wondering why he want to hold out. You tripping. They know they don't want to pay him his market rate. He said he wanted to get paid his market rate. There's a dichotomy on the team where certain players get certain money. And BA simply said, I want to be one of those certain players. I see the way shit is ran here. There's certain guys that'll take a pay cut. There's certain guys that'll get a pat on the head. I'm not Colton McKivitz. You're not going to pay me $7 million as a starter in this league and think that I'm going to be okay with it because I know I don't deserve to be starting on this team. We're going to talk today. We're going to talk real shit. That's why you got a right tackle that you pay $7 million for, and he was happy to get paid that $7 million, which is well below market rate. He didn't help his brothers out with that. He didn't help out the rest of the right tackles in the NFL by taking that deal. Why did Colton McKivitz take that deal? Because he knows he's not good enough. He knows the Niners are doing him a favor. And he's happy to take that money. And they paid him what they thought he was worth, and he took it. The same way they paid BA what they thought he was worth, and they're pissed off that BA said, nah, I ain't going for the bullshit. You ain't going to play me. I ain't having it. Nope. Nah, did you do this? Did you do this to BA? Did you do this to Debo? Did you do this to Fred? Did you do this to Nick? Did you do this to George? I don't care who this Parag guy is. I don't even know who the fuck this guy is. Who is this guy? I hear what you're saying. Let me know when Kyle gets here. So there's a lot of guys on this team that don't keep the same energy as BA, where they're very happy to take the deals that the Niners have for them. You know what I'm saying? And then there's other guys who they feel as though that my worth to this team is the reason why we're here, period. And the Niners don't even negotiate. They bend the knee every time. And if I'm Brandon and if I'm Trent, I expect nothing less. Those are the facts. I expect nothing less. Because if I get banged on here, pause. But if I allow y'all to bang on me on this situation, then it's open season on me in the market. What you think Eric Armstead did? I'm not mad at Eric Armstead for that. Eric Armstead looked at that deal and said, look, man, y'all ain't even giving me nothing to like think about. If I take this deal going into 30 years old with the last year on my contract going into a free agency, you're basically telling me to kill the last deal that I'm going to have in my career. I got to go. I can't even be associated with this price tag. Why can't Brandon have the same forethought? Why can't he have that same thought track? Why? Coming out of the Super Bowl, why can't Brandon say, look, respectfully, I thank you for everything you've done for me. And you know what? You drafted me. Thank you. You drafted me. But for what it's worth, I know what the players on this team got paid when they got paid, and they all got paid their market value. Two things can be true at once. Coward Chip, though, two things can be true at once. But $4 million, that's ridiculous. He was due to make 18. So I got my boy Jonas. Jonas, we're going to bring you up in here. What's going on, bro? Yeah, man. What's going on? You under a blanket? What's going on?
Is it better now?
Oh, much better, much better. Go ahead. Who
Uh,
you hiding from? What's going on?
no,
You all right?
no,
We
no.
need to send somebody
You
for
know,
you? You good?
it's flu season, bro. Flu season.
Oh, all right. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So, a few thoughts. First of all, happy holiday weekend. I think it's the holiday in the US right now.
Yeah, it
Um,
is. It is. It is. Where are you at?
bro, I already told you I'm in Norway.
Oh, you're in Norway. You ain't telling me you was in Norway. You don't forget no shit like Norway.
No, I
Like,
swear
oh
I've
yeah,
told you.
my bad. Jonas with the Middle Eastern accent lives in Norway. You don't forget that shit. You did not tell
Yeah,
me you were in Norway.
listen back to the first one. It's not like that's where I think I told you. But yeah, a few thoughts on this situation, Brandon Ayuk. I mean, first of all, I told you in a previous call that he's the only young and ascending star we have on the team. So to me, re-signing him was the most like the utmost priority. I would say Lenore is probably second of the guys we have on the team. Those two, because Brock Purdy is still, a TBD. We still need to see a bit more. He's still not like a full product. We don't have enough of sample right now. But the other thing I wanted to say is Trent Williams. You called it, I think, a long time ago, right after McCaffrey. He was silent the whole offseason. Like no one had even any idea that this guy would. I think McCaffrey, Williams, you think these guys talk? They saw what they did to Juice. They saw what they did to Armstead. Those are captains on the team, veterans. If they did that to guys who weren't like captains, I don't know if it would like elicit the same reaction. But I think that's what happened. And right now the Niners are like they just have to pay up. Like there's no other option. The only way is to.
100%. And I'm so glad that me and Tom called this actually. I can't take all the credit. But when Christian got paid, we said that Trent was next. We saw that Christian did this as a retaliation to what they had done to Eric Armstead. He understood that the Niners were moving in a way where, and maybe it wasn't the fact that Christian saw that he was next, but maybe his agent was the one who saw like, hey man, they're not going to pay you guys out on the back end of those contracts. They're not. You guys just missed another Super Bowl. At this stage, you better be being prepared for them asking you to take a pay cut. So you better strike first. And once Christian struck first, it was all the writing was on the wall for Trent because they made Christian and Trent's situation is congruent. They both were the highest paid at their position with no guaranteed money left. So, and Christian, they doubled down and made Christian the highest paid running back again with this extension. So, look, bravo on the players, man. What do you expect them to do? Just be blind?
Yeah, no. Well, one thing I want to address, Coach. In the comments, there's this guy, Sean Turner, saying, Jonas is David from Atlanta. Like, what?
What's he
Who is
saying?
David? He's saying that I'm David from Atlanta.
Sean, stop harassing my guest, Sean. Come on, Sean. Sean, we do drug tests in this chat. Chill out, Sean. Go ahead, Jonas. Go ahead.
I found it funny. But yeah, I mean, I just hope he's back by Tuesday so he can go through the normal game week and we can get ready for the Jets. So that's all. Thanks, man.
Hey, man. Love you, bro. We'll talk. All right. So, Tia, you ready for me, sis? Player, I'm gonna go ahead and throw up player 49 real quick. Player, what's good, bro? Take yourself up. You're off mute. I don't know what's good. I can't hear you, brother. Are we gonna take you down? We're gonna take you down. Tell me you work on your audio real quick. Tia, what's up, sis? Now, Tia, I heard you talking in the back stage the entire time. Tia, did you put the phone down and walk off to go take care of one of your kids? Because you was talking to your kids in the backstage. See, man, it'd be us, bro. It'd be us. Look, my man back? Player 49, you back? What's up with your volume, bro? You got to turn yourself up. I can't hear you, brother. I can't hear you. I'll take you down. So ho. Yeah, Sean, you out here talking. Sean is out here harassing my guests, bro. Hey, Sean, you got to chill out, man. You got to chill out. Look, but basically, guys, I'm glad that it's over. All jokes aside, I am 100% glad that it's over. We're better than this as a franchise. We could talk about all of the things that should have been done early, what time we should have done them. But for what it's worth, man, we should have been able to get this done. And ultimately, we did get it done. So I'm happy for it. Tia, I'm about to bring you up now. Yeah, I can hear you.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't working.
What's good, sis? How you doing? Tia. Girl. I love y'all. I love us. That's what this means, that I love us. I love the faithful. I love all of us. Player, are you ready? I'm going to bring him up one more time. Player. And then this nigga. Player. Can you talk, dog? Hey, son. I kick you out. It did not kick you out, Tia. Look, we got to see. Hold on. Player, can you talk? I don't want this to be a back and forth. Y'all testing me on the YouTubians. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she said all right. Tia said she gonna try her phone. All right, good look. But I am. All right. So look, I'm about to just throw you up here. Tia.
I'm on my phone.
What's up, sis?
Look, this is your bootleg system. This is not me.
She came over. You ain't giving out the break. You foul. It be your own people. What's going on, sis?
I'm good. It's probably my Wi-Fi. How the Wi-Fi go down and don't work no more. But
girl, you got that Campbell Soup Wi-Fi
look,
over here talking about my
AT&T.
system.
They need to take some off our bill because if it keep dropping, look, we need to get some of my money back.
Hey, do you need somebody over there handling that bill, gal?
Yeah, but I was just calling about the Brandon Aiyuk. I agree with everything that you said.
Mm-hmm.
They I forgot who it was, but somebody was saying they just misread BA. I
Mm-hmm.
knew from the beginning, once you put him in a doghouse, he didn't have that type of respect and trust
Mm-hmm.
with the organization. So I
Mm-hmm.
knew when it came time to get his money, he wasn't going to play around because they played around with his money.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you got to realize when you doing that with certain players who the way that he had to come up and fight to be in the position that he's in,
Mm-hmm.
all that BS is not going to work with him. That oh, you just do what you're supposed to do, yada yada yada. That's not going to happen with him. So I think his attitude and mentality is different from a Debo, a Kittle, or a Fred, who it was a little bit easier path for them to get to where they're going. So I
Yeah.
just think that, like you said, like how people are saying that, he caved. I don't think he caved. I think the Niners caved. I think they
Mm-hmm.
gave him the deal that Amon St. Brown got, which is what I've
Mm-hmm.
been saying, the Dink and me and my husband was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He's worth what he's worth. If
Yeah.
you give him the Amon St. Brown deal, we good, which is what he said. So I don't understand why it took this long to give him the money. You had it this entire time and y'all was playing around. I look at y'all a little bit different then.
Hey, you know what? That's because you keeping the same energy, right? It's like we went through all of this and you had it all along. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of games are we playing? And then, like you said, like the way he had to get the money, I think the real question is are there relationships that are going to be altered permanently because of this?
Oh yeah, because I know how to mess. Yeah, I got people I work with. I cannot stand, but I will put on my good, my work voice,
You
and
got a code switch
our work voice, and then I do what I need to do,
per your
and then when
last
I get,
email.
and then yes, per my previous emails, okay, look,
Per our
and then I have
previous
to delete, delete,
conversation,
delete,
you got me
delete,
fucked up.
delete, delete, delete. Hold on, sorry, it's too early,
Yeah,
and then I do my professional.
yeah,
Please see
yeah.
previous email.
Be
Okay, so
advised. Be
we all know
advised.
we can work with people that we cannot stand. So okay, so I just think that he's gonna be in that position. I got my money. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna clock in 9 to 5, and I'm gonna clock out, and I'm gonna take my tail home. So I just think that he has that mentality, but I also think that how people are saying, "Oh, they gonna pay Brock next year." No, they not. I don't
Yeah,
know what reason they think that the Niners go pay anybody early. They have not. So they're not paying Brock this year.
yeah. I think that ultimately they got to pay Brock because he's the face.
But I'm just talking
And
about history. What history has shown that the Niners have paid their players early?
yeah, I mean, I
Outside of
don't.
Debo, they have not paid anybody early. They always wait to the last minute to pay their players.
Well, my biggest thing with the Niners waiting to pay these guys is that what are they waiting for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get what they're waiting for, and it's like, what do you think that I'm gonna want less? Like, as the time goes on, I'm gonna say, you know what, y'all, the market is going up. Why don't you just go ahead and pay me less? Like, in what world does that even compute in any profession, let alone professional football? I don't understand the grooming tactics. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to get this boy to think that he's worth less than what his market value is, while his contemporaries around him are getting the money. It's like, not only were they asking BA to take less money, but they asking BA to be embarrassed. Quite frankly, they asking him to look a certain way across the league.
And wasn't it less than Debo?
Yes.
Yeah, he probably hurt their feelings when he said, "Y'all need to stop playing. I'm better than Debo."
Come on, man. And we ain't trying to be messy today.
He was trying not, but see, I think he was trying not to be messy. And I think when he did the pivot, he was trying not to say it, but he said it, but he really didn't say it. Where he was
Yeah.
like, "I'm the number one receiver," yeah, but Debo, he's good, but he ain't the number one receiver. So I think as Niners fans, I think we all realize that. I think we are appreciative of Debo, but we all know when it's time to catch, we need you to catch the ball. We're going to BA and we're going to Jawan.
Yeah.
That's it. So but
Yeah.
they got him now. So.
Yeah, they definitely got him now. Girl, let me get these boys in the back. They in here cutting up in the background. Brother Bob and Player 49. Let me get these dudes. But sis, please call it. You gotta call in, Tia. You don't rock with me for real, man. Yo, you don't be rock. Nah, bro. You need permission from your husband to come on the show?
Look, I have a senior and I have a junior. I have no life, and
Oh,
they
all
play
right.
sports. So
Okay.
everybody know if you have a child that plays AAU, you have no life.
Tell bro to come on the show too.
Look, now y'all won't have a show because
tell him to come on.
He been rocking since he was in diapers, so it goes like generations. So yeah, he's a little. Now he's better than BA signed, but he was a little upset, and now he's on the kumbaya. But now we just waiting on Trent.
Well, we a family show. We want you. We want your husband on. We love the engagement, sis. I'll at you.
I definitely have him call in. He be want to call in, but his schedule at work. But I definitely have him make sure he call in next time you get on. So
tell bro, we want to link up with him.
Okay, I sure will. I definitely let him know.
All right, sis. Talk to you.
All right.
I'm gonna get Player 49 in here because I know Bob already on bullshit. Let me get Player 49. Go ahead, unmute yourself, dog. Unmute yourself, player. All right, there you go. What's good, bro?
What's up, man? Long time listener, first time caller. I don't really be commenting in the chat because y'all crazy.
Yeah, cause shit get crazy. Yeah.
Y'all
How you doing,
crazy.
bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm getting these wings ready for my draft party later. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
But no, I just wanted to call in. My nephew told me last week to call in, and I missed the show. So
Right,
now I'm,
right.
I'm calling in. I'm just happy BA signed.
Okay.
Because people was like, oh, he should just play on the fifth year, yada yada yada, and I'm like, if he play on the fifth year, Kyle gonna freeze him out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
think about it. There's never a game where a random person just takes over. It's always manufactured through who Kyle wants to feature.
exactly.
So I'm happy that he got his money. Now he can just go out and play, and Kyle can't just freeze him out.
Yeah, because that money is gonna force Kyle to have to rock with him in an organic way. Like
Exactly.
you gonna have to just get me to rock, bro. Like no more of
Exactly.
this curated. That's honestly that's why I'm happy that he's getting his money, because really what this says is that this is one more step towards a traditional ball club,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Like we can't be a scheme. You
yeah,
can't just be all
yeah.
scheme, bro.
And that's the problem with the whole offense. It's
Yeah,
scheming. We
yeah,
there was times where it's like, all right, cool, run the ball. It's third and one, fourth and run. We running the ball down their throats, and then we pass it. Like, what's going on with that?
yeah,
Like in the first Super Bowl against the Chiefs. I mean, my boys was like, bro, y'all good. I was like, this next play is gonna be a fucking pass, and we
mm-hmm,
gonna punt it after that, and we lost the game. What happened?
mm-hmm,
Bro, we ran the ball. It was second and like, man, 8 or something like that. Third quarter,
mm-hmm.
run the ball, 6 yards. Third
Yeah,
and 2, next play, pass, incomplete, punt. That was the end of the game right there. Like,
mm-hmm,
like, bro, like it caught when you in the game, it call for certain things, and sometimes you just gotta run the ball.
yeah,
Like, bro, take all the time. Take the whole 25 seconds or whatever it is. Who cares, bro? Take time off the clock.
yeah.
So I hope Kyle sees that. He's not, but I hope so. And
Yeah.
and we can get rocking.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm glad that the BA stuff is over. We get back to the real conversation, which is making sure that this offense can be ran throughout the entire season.
Yeah.
We get a chance to actually get to the real business of, hey, bruh, I hate to put it to you like this, but receivers don't win Super Bowls, man. The
No, they
trenches
don't.
do. The
Yeah.
trenches do.
So I was a
So,
lineman. I know.
bruh, I see the traps in the shoulders, bruh.
I know, bro.
You not fooling nobody, bruh. Like, I know you play guard. You play left guard?
You know what's funny about that? I didn't play guard, but I did.
Well,
Junior year, our whole offensive line gets decimated. Bro,
so
I
you had
walk
to
into the
they swip
They
over
threw
it?
me in there. I'm a starting defensive end junior year, right? I come into in the morning for your first period lifting weights. My coach comes up, hey Phillips, you're a guard. I was like, funny,
It,
bro. We get to practice. They piecing together the line. This person got hurt. This person got hurt. This person got hurt. Yo, Phillips, right guard. I was like,
yo,
oh.
first thing they teach you, they're like, hey, get out that goddamn stance and put those feet back. You
Oh no, I
sit
was
down,
good. I was
sit down in
good.
that stance. No
Yeah,
more of
I
that
was
leaning
good,
forward
bro.
shit.
I was fine. They wanted me to start, but I didn't want to play guard. I was like, I'm a tight end. I'm not playing guard. So when
Oh,
we
you
do
don't
the
want to
tight
play
end
ball. You don't
stuff,
want to play ball. You don't
you
want
know
to
what
play
I'm
ball.
saying?
You don't want to play ball. You don't
Hey,
want to
you
play ball.
crazy. You crazy. I got
You a
down. Ain't
diva.
no sacks on me. Ain't no sacks on me.
Don't be no
Ain't no
diva,
sacks
dog.
on me. Ain't no
Don't be
sacks
no
on me.
Don't be no
Ain't
diva.
no sacks on.
We
Ain't no
can do
diva
it
over
right
here.
here. We can do it right here.
We can. Ain't no busted knees and all. Ain't nobody beating me. You know what I'm saying? Busted
Oh!
knees and all. Ain't nobody beating me. You know what I mean? I don't play. Y'all can line up on the outside or the inside. Ain't nobody beating me, bro. I don't
Hey,
care.
you need to keep calling in, bro. If you don't call in anymore, bro, if this is the last time you call in, bro,
No, I got you.
I'm a
I got you.
I'm a see
I
you,
got you.
bro.
I
I
got you.
love your
I'm in there.
energy, player. It was awesome, bro. Hey,
Yes, sir.
come back, man. Give me the calls.
I
They're gonna be
will.
at 3:00, and then I'm doing live call-in shows, bro. We gotta call in, man. I love your
Yes,
energy,
sir.
bro.
Yes, sir, bro. I'll be here.
I'm gonna holler at you.
All right, brother.
All right, here we go. Here we go. First of all, I like player, dog. Player, my guy. Player, my guy. Hey, it take one to know one. It take one to know one. You know what I'm saying? He one of my guys. Killers respect killers. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, speaking of killers, we got the silent assassin. He come at you with a smile. Okay. He tries to move on you real smooth. And you say to yourself, this guy's unassuming. He's non-threatening, has a nice disposition. But I'm going to tell you, the next guy that I'm about to bring up, you better watch him. You better watch this guy. You better watch Brother Bob. Okay? What's going on, Brother Bob? Close us out. Last caller of the show, close us out, Brother Bob. The counselor, Esquire, the litigator. Let's go.
Let me tell you this. You and Player 49, y'all, that's some shit right there. I don't know what y'all was trying to do, but y'all look like y'all can go at it. He's the defensive end, and you played O-line, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, hey, look, bro. Hey, it's just lineman love. It take one to know one. You know what I'm saying? You understand being a master of your own universe, size 14 shit. 300 pounded up shit. You know what I'm saying? Just something a little small. You know what I'm saying? I felt the vibe. You know how I know Player 49 was one of my tribe? Because my man called while he was cooking up the wings during the call. I said, "Oh, okay."
And you heard us, right? You heard
I was scouting him already. I said, "Okay, we got a guy. We got one. We got one."
Yeah, for sure. You hear us talking?
Yeah, I heard y'all in the backstage, man. Hey, so look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I want to give you your flowers. You were unwavering during this entire Brandon Aiyuk contract negotiation saga. You were one of the main people. I argued with you a couple of times. You're one of the main people that said, hey, full stop, BA deserves exactly the market rate. He should get $30 million a year. 20, even when we found out the Niners had paid BA $24 million, and it had been reported that 28 was what BA was asking for. You came right after that, and still we're in multiple chats together, arguing in the chats, bro. You have been insufferable. Let me tell y'all about Bob. Bob has been in the chats going hard. Like, he deserves 30, not 29.9, not 29.8, 30. So he got his 30, bro. He got his 30. Talk to me. How do you feel?
Bro, man, listen. I just got to be real with you. I had to look up close to see you give me them flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Take off the rec specs. Let's go.
Listen. But I got to tell you this. As I think I said on your last call-in show, at least you're man enough to admit it when you were wrong. And you're man enough to come on the player side. Because I remember there was one time or another, you're like, oh, you're not worth that much. And now, you know what? You're singing a song. And that's all I've been saying, my brother, is that, look, it's the market. You know what I'm saying? Why shouldn't the players get market? And I'm not like I have BA's jersey, but I got a lot of jerseys of other players, active players. It's just that, okay, the Niners waited for some odd damn reason when he tried to negotiate. He went on a pivot and said, I was ready to go early.
Yeah.
But the Niners waited. So snooze, you lose, And the funny thing about it is, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, right? Why do we keep doing this shit? I don't get it. Right?
Yeah.
But hey, I'm happy because of this. He is the biggest weapon for Purdy. And people don't probably believe it. I know CMC gets to touch the rock more than anyone else on the team. I know that, Debo is flashy, okay, and get those TDs, those dubs. I get it. It's all true. And I like Kittle too. But when push comes to shove, when you need to get that first down, when you need to make a big play, it's always BA. And that's what people have to understand. BA is a man beater. And for anyone who doesn't believe
Pause.
that, pause.
Helping you out. We're on the internet. Internet's undefeated. They're going to get you anyway. Go ahead.
True. But you look at that. Thank you, my brother. Look at the all 22 from the Super Bowl. man, BA was putting his player, not every play, but when there plays, he was putting that DB on skates, bro. So, and then it was pretty clear. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Even Purdy said it. I wish I would have gone to BA more. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy to see this day, only because I want to win a Super Bowl. Okay, I think it's time for us to win a Super Bowl. And okay, I'm hearing that my mic is low. I don't know why. It's been the same for every show, but anyway, man, I'm happy. Now we have a real. Now we have a real.
It's fucking shade. Go ahead. Go ahead. Did you hear this motherfucker just now? Nah, fuck that. Did you hear what this motherfucker just tried to do? Nah. Hey, Rob in the Bay just said, nah, we addressing this shit. This ain't, wake up Niners 99. Like, nah, this is my channel. Rob just put in the chat, his voice is too low, right? And this motherfucker gonna say, oh, well, my voice, I don't know. He said my voice is too low. It's not like this on other shows, but I don't know. Who the fuck? I heard that shit. You ain't slick. You trying to throw shade, dog. You wild, Bob.
Man, hey, what you say when you brought me in, man?
Yo, I told you to watch his ass. I told you to watch his ass, bro.
Smile on your face.
I told you that shit. Case in point, bro. You trying to get me up out of here with that. I heard you, dog.
No, man, but I'm seriously, I'm not punking you or anything.
I know. Go ahead, bro.
So, I'm really happy to see BA's on the team. Now, it's going to suck if he's not in football shape or game ready, or even on the same, playing with Purdy. But I think of all players, he was in sync with Purdy last year and even the year before. So I'm happy. Now we just need to get that gorilla, that silverback. We need to get him back in on the team ASAP, because without him, Purdy's not going to last 3 games. And I want Purdy to last 3 games. I don't want to see Dobbs. I don't want to see Allen. So you got any news on that, my brother?
Nah, I mean, for me, I don't know. Trent is standing on business. I think he got the Niners in a full Nelson. Like, he's got all the leverage. He doesn't have to let go. He's got enough bread to take on the fines. I mean, what else? There's really nothing else to do but pay him. And he deserves to get paid. And when he struck at the right time. He did. If the Niners were truthfully, it's almost like, the Niners are trifling. They ghetto. Like, they be living check to check. Don't they be living trifling? Like, they only are doing, the Niners only want to do something when something breaks. They don't ever want to get ahead of anything. They don't ever want to pay their bills on time. They got to wait until they get a notice on the door before they start trying to figure out, what we gonna do about the lights? They've been calling your ass for months.
Man,
telling you to pay the damn light bill.
See, that's what I don't get, man. And it doesn't work. Like, every year we go through this. And that's why I was so mad with Bosa. Not him personally, but his production last year, because he didn't come until 2 days before the first game. So to me, we should learn from this shit and just not repeat it. But we're gonna repeat it again. Except for, I don't think they'll do this with Purdy. I just don't think you can do that, because look how they did Jimmy. They gave him an extension before I think it was right after he had came over with us after the trade. Shortly after the trade, I don't think it was that long into that offseason, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah. So hold on, Niners Niche. I would love to have you on, but are you saying that Brandon asked to be signed last? I think that there were reports that Brandon wanted to wait. He wanted to wait to see what the market was. But from my understanding, the Niners offered in April, and they didn't talk to BA for months. Yeah.
Unless BA lied on the pivot, and unless his agent lied, which, it's possible.
He could have been capping.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah,
no, I don't believe that. So look, it's just what the Niners do. It's the modus operandi. They did it with Kittle. They did it with Warner. They don't move quick on these. and I don't get why.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should. I mean, whatever. They're not going to learn from it, and you know why? I think so because Kyle Levy runs his team, and he's the most stubborn, obstinate mofo that in football who hasn't won a Super Bowl. But hey, I'm happy as hell, man. I mean, I'm happy as all get out. You know what I'm saying? Because on the get down, we got our team back. Well, we just need that silverback, bro. We just need the silverback. You know?
Yeah,
I
and
just
and
yeah.
I like this comment from PDX. Quarterbacks are in a different stratosphere from other positions. You just have to pay them, and so are left tackles, and
Yeah.
so are left tackles.
You got to protect that quarterback's blind side. I mean, we
So
saw in the preseason.
we definitely saw. I mean, we saw it in the preseason, and what we need to do right now is, I mean, we're right back in the worry. We're right back in the worry business. Because if not signing Brandon had you concerned, not having Trent is a whole different ballgame. It's just the truth. Not having Brandon, it would have looked bad from a standpoint as the receiving core can't really get open. We're lacking a lot of continuity with blocking. You know, Brandon is probably arguably one of our most physical receivers outside of Juwan. You would have lost a lot with BA. There's no question about it. But you can't even put the key in the ignition without Trent.
Yeah, you'd go nowhere without Trent. I mean, like, bro, this is what I was thinking. What if, because it's easier to do a defensive end, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if the Jets go ahead and extend Hassan Reddick right before the game with us? He just gets in, plays 30% of the snaps, and goes right back at either McGiveth or maybe a third tight end we may stick on him, or the left tackle if it's not Trent. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I can imagine him killing Purdy again.
Yeah, I feel like I mean I don't feel bad about Colton McKivitz any more than I did last year. He's gotten stronger, to be honest. Like he has gotten better. He has. As much as I shit on him, he's gotten better. And I think that he's even going to get a lot better play from playing next to Dominic Pooney. There's a difference between playing with a guy that I like playing with a good guard. I'm gonna be real. I play center, so I play between two guards, and my left guard was kind of like my athletic freak, like my guy that could do everything. But my right guard was kind of like my bulldozer. Like he was the guy that I know could get me out of a jam if I was into trouble. And really, you have that in Dominic Pooney. Also with Colton McKivitz being able to play next to Dominic Pooney, a lot of their trade-offs and a lot of their dual blocking schemes together is going to work really well for him, where there were times where Colton McKivitz visually looked like he was at fault. But the truth of the matter is that it was Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks struggled. I mean, not Aaron Banks. I'm so sorry. Spencer Burford. Spencer Burford struggled. So without Trent, it's not if but when.
Yeah,
Brock will get hurt.
Yeah.
If without Trent, it's not if but when. And that I know that sounds like I don't want Brock to get hurt, but
it's just a fact.
you got to look at it like this: the defensive lines are not worth their money. There are going to be games where they're going to be saying, like, you guys are not worth the money we're paying you if this kid gets through the game unclean. If this kid gets through the game unscathed, you're not worth the money we think you are. And that's going to kind of be open season on us if we try to start an NFL season with Jalen Moore at left tackle.
Bingo. That's what I'm saying, brother. That you said it. And I hate to look at, I mean, you're right. I mean, that's what scares me. Bro, you just said something, though. And I really mean this. I need to know your opinion on this.
Okay.
By the way, to the chat, everybody watching this man right here, his film breakdown is like legit shit. Like I really mean it. I saw two of this man's O-line breakdown, film breakdown in general.
Yeah.
But like I learned so much. And I thought I knew football, or I thought I could. He catches shit so quick, and I'm like, oh wait, let me rewind that. So anyway, bro, please keep doing your film
I will
breakdown.
still like, you know what? All right, I'll make the commitment right now. On Mondays, not this Monday, because we're playing Monday, but on Mondays and Tuesdays, you know, I got a life. So
Yeah.
I want to be able to commit something that actually makes sense, right? But on Mondays, I know they are Niners, and I'm gonna get you together. On Mondays, I'm gonna break down the film, and what I'll do is I'll just start breaking down like the first drive, because film is really easy to do. I'm gonna just cut it on and talk. I'm not gonna do no editing. I'm not gonna do any of the superimposed stuff. What I'll do is I'll have like a first watch, cut the tape on, and just, you know, say what I see, you know, and I will do that on Mondays and Tuesdays. I'll do it.
Perfect, brother. I love it. I mean, so on that note, then, I'm
Mhm.
looking forward to the season.
Don't ask me for nothing else.
Bro, you know I
It sounds like you about to ask me for something else. You know that family member like, yeah, so I can get a 100. All right, so what about nah, yeah, what you mean? What about Come on, man.
So, all right, but here's real shit. The center position.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm concerned about Brent Hill. And is he the worst, assuming Trent comes back? Is he the worst on the O-line? Because you said McGiveth got better.
Damn, when you say it like that, yes. He's just old. It's just older player. Not that strong. Man, you're making me do this. He struggles, man. He's very smart. He's conscientious, like he knows the system. He knows the scheme. I've seen him get the offensive line in the right position many times. So he's very capable, a very heady player. Jake Brendell's got really good feet, but he's just... Oh, man. I mean, the juice ain't worth the squeeze, dog. Like, he'll get to the party, but he just don't have nothing there once he gets there.
Bro, I see him on his ass so much. I'm like, bro.
Y'all not going to get me clipped up talking about Jake Brendel in here, because we could be here all day. We could have a whole nother show. That's how bad that is. We could have a whole other show about Jake Brendel.
I know, bro, but that's what I'm saying, bro. That's the center. He's right in the middle. He disturbs when he gets pushed back into the pocket right in front of Purdy. You can see how Purdy's like, oh, fuck, I got to like go to the left. I got to go to the right. Like, he's just buns, right? Is it? I mean, but look, we got to the Super Bowl with him. So I got to give Kyle Levy some flowers. I don't know why we give people flowers. Who the wants flowers? But I do.
I like flowers.
Yeah, okay, but listen, I appreciate you giving mine today about BA. I appreciate that, bro. You know, that was good shit. But seriously, we did get to the Super with Brent Hill. And I think we lost.
His Brendel.
No,
I butcher so many names all the time.
Mordecai?
Tanner Mordecai is the last one. It's Brendel. Like, if I'm gonna get a name right, we gonna say it right. It's Jake Brendel. I don't know what you calling him. What are you calling him? Oh, you're purposely calling him Brent Hell?
Yes, Brent Hill.
You and these names, Kyle Levy, Brent Hill. Yo, you wild, bro. Go ahead. I really thought I was like, this motherfucker a whole lawyer just fucking this dude's name up. Well, like, I didn't know that you was purposely saying his name that way. I was over here like, he really going hardcore with this name pronunciation thing. Like, but
Yeah,
go ahead.
man.
Go ahead, dog. Go ahead.
That's my concern, though, bro. It's like, seriously, I want to. Okay, look, it's like everyone else listening and watching. I've just been a Niners fan for so long. I've seen 5 Super Bowl victories, okay? And now I've seen 3 L's. And that shit don't smell good to me. And I'm tired of being this close and not getting the most. So, man, I just would love to get one. And I'm happy that BA's back with me to get Trent back. But I'm concerned about Brent Hill. Because, like, you play center, bro. And I'm not trying to get you to go on a long discussion about it. But let me okay, look, let's do this. Scale to 1 to 10. You know how we do it. 10 out of 10. I mean, you know, so 1 being the worst. Where would you rate Brent Hill?
He's a 6. He's a 6. Yeah, like he's good. Like he knows his job. He's not. There's never a time where he's just like. Let me put it like this: there are issues where I've seen Aaron Banks and Spencer Burford like not know the direction of the play. He's not that bad. Like
You pointed that out, buddy.
Yes, I did. He consistently knows what he's doing, right? All the time. So that's one thing. That's what I said. He's conscientious. Like he doesn't have a lot of like mental errors, right? But as far as like physical errors, like a guy just like taking you from point A to point B, like a child, like that shit can't fly. Yeah, like picking you up, like up, over, down. Like get the baby out the way. All right, move the baby out the way. Like that's how he be getting blocked sometimes.
All right.
Yeah, like with kid hands, whole body
Don't worry.
be shifting, feet off the ground and everything. He be getting put to bed, tucked in. Did you see that shit versus? Did you see him against his Bengals, bro? On that 4th and 1. That 4th and 1 against the Bengals when Juice, they had a fullback. I will never forget this play. It was a fullback dive on 4th and 1 against the Bengals last year. And Jake Brindle had a nose guard over him. Oh my God. You want to talk about that motherfucker looked like he was doing a moonwalk. Like, I'm telling you, bro, he went backwards. Like, I remember that. So, I mean, look. And sometimes, hold on. I understand. Sometimes he doesn't call the right protections, but that's something that you can like work around. But really, offensively, I understand your concerns with center, but really, it really is just left tackle. We can go back and forth about center and Colt McKivitz is not a starter and Aaron Banks he's going to be our next Mike McGlinchey. We're not going to be able to afford him even though he's not good enough for the money that he's going to get. Aaron Banks is the next Mike McGlinchey. He's going to get paid. We're not going to be able to pay him, but he's not going to be nearly as good as the money he gets paid. But
it's the same way, not to cut you off, the same way the guy that Banks replaced. Who was our left guard before?
Lincoln Tomlinson.
Lincoln Thomas. Same way with him.
Yeah, same exact thing. And what's crazy is that we got Lincoln Tomlinson after he was a bust out of Detroit. So there's that. But really, it is about Trent. It's all about Trent. It's like those guys, the offensive line is DOA without Trent. And really, another thing, without Trent, Christian's not going to be able to run the ball. You're going to need more of Jordan Mason because you're going to need that type of running style with that O-line. He can't get babysat. You're going to need somebody with a tough running style with that O-line. So really, the health of Christian is at large right now as well. So, hey, man, it is what it is. But, hey, Bob, call back. I love having you on the platform. We got to get something going, bro. Got to get something going.
I'm going to try calling in during your... by the way, for the chat who don't know this either, my dude over here got one of the fire during the game live shows.
Yes.
Bro, you just be killing it. And I can't even watch the game laughing over your dumb ass, bro. Like, you're funny. Like... You are just funny shit, bro. He's like, oh, what the go? Oh, there goes my guy, Cam. How you like that, Jesse? Oh.
Dog, I'm gonna tell you this, man. The call-in shows are gonna get better. We got a scoreboard for the call-in shows now, so you guys can watch the and not the call-in shows, but the live game watch parties. We got the scoreboard. We got halftime call-in show for you guys to call in. It's a blast, man. I really do like the call-in shows, and then at the same time, it's kind of like, hey, you can watch me and watch the game. You know what I mean? So it's a fun time, bro. It's a fun time. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you for bringing that up, bro.
You got some really fire shows. I'm not saying, you know what, real shit. I didn't like you at first because of that BA shit, man. But
I feel you. I don't give a fuck.
But now you all right.
I heard you.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
You got two fire shows, man. By the way, to the chat, love y'all. I just want to say I see PDX asked about my normal call-in show with Ryan. Oh, G. Hensley. Real quick, he had to deal with some family stuff. Nothing bad. I take his son to college, so he called off the show this morning. So PDX, be all good. But yeah, man. Hey, Coach, just please keep doing you. I'm looking forward to every Monday or Tuesday your breakdown shows. Looking forward to
Yeah.
the in-game shows. And I'm looking forward to reminding you every single fucking time BA gets a pass, I'm going to text you.
See, that's where you get kicked off. He got to go. See, look. Go, come on. Let's get some super chats out the way, man. You know what I'm saying? This is an awesome call-in show. Let's go ahead and get in Mark Mason, $10. Thank you, Coach. Notice how the Niners make their investments fight for their money, but CMC got paid right away. I'm wondering if they're planning on trading CMC this year for max value or to retool. Your thoughts? No, I think that it looks like exactly. I think CMC getting signed is exactly what it looked like. A player that they have tons of value in, that they respect a lot, and that is ingratiated with the coaching staff, and he got paid. And they went to his wedding for good measure. So if you're Brandon Aiyuk, what does that say to you? If you're Trent Williams, what does that say to you? You know, so, you know, I think that they plan on riding Christian out, pause, through retirement. That's what I think. Manhattan John 99, thank you. This is for Coach calling out the trolls. Hey, man, Steve-O had to get it, dog. Steve-O, I love you. And if you don't come back, when you finally do come back, I'm calling your ass out again. Steve-O, you did great today, man. Gammon Brown, $2. Thanks at Coach. Favorite college football team and why? Don't be mad. I'm shameless about it. I am a Bama fan. And we play Western Kentucky today. We're going to dog the shit out their ass. I'm really excited for Coach DeBoer. I'm not going to go there. I know some people probably just threw up in their mouth right now. But I'm a Bama fan. I love Coach Saban. My mentor through coaching, Jason Woodman. He was my offensive coordinator at Bowie State when I coached there. He came under the Coach Saban tree. So a lot of coaching strategies, practice scripts, recruiting, watching film breakdowns, Scully, getting the scout team together, parent liaisoning, like all of the stuff that I learned in coaching that I got from Coach Woodman came out of the Coach Saban coaching tree. Came out of Jimbo Fisher and Will Muschamp and these guys down there. So a lot of what I learned through coaching when I first learned how to coach was basically through that coaching tree. So that's why I love Bama. I like watching because I understand a lot of what they do because, quite frankly, it's what I was learning at the time back in 2012 and 2014 when I was still coaching. Also, Gammon Brown, $2. Thank you. Question: what kind of product do you use for your beards? Oh, man. Shea butter. Also, you know what? This is weird that I have this, but black people just have products around. So don't be alarmed by this. But I just got this. All right. But this is something that I love to use. So right here, I'm gonna turn on my Amway voice, my Mary Kay voice. So right here, we have Thick and Full Biotin and Collagen Conditioner. Use this, man. I'm glad that you asked this, Gammon. For those of you who are thinning out in your hair, or you just want thick hair, pause. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be able to, care about the texture of your hair, bro, try this out. I don't even think, just try it out. Biotin and Collagen Conditioner, Thick and Full by OGX. Get the combo. Get the shampoo and the conditioner. Treat yourself. Spend a little. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I just happen to have, a couple of products laying around because, it's a black thing. Like we got, black people, we just got shea butter laying around. Got some shea butter right here. It is what it is. It's what, look. Whipped shea butter. You know what I'm saying? Whipped shea butter. Get that together, man. Help you out. Just it's a little bit of coaching tips, man. Some coaching tips. Brother Bob, $2. Thank you. Bro, that was a good disconnect. Cold piece of work. Thank you. Mark Mason. Also, then should they trade CMC just based off business? Well, if it's always about business, then we can do. Yes, whipped. It's good consistency, right? You don't gotta wring it in your hands. It's already ready for you, man. You know, I'm each one teach one, man. I'm a coach in many different areas, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a coach in many different areas. So look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Today was a great call-in show. Brandon Aiyuk is signed, and it is over. This is the coach. Stay low and keep your feet moving.